Hello everybody. Today I want to make a quick video on some recent things I've learned, try and share some value with you, and condense maybe 20-30 hours of knowledge into a quick 15-minute video. So if you want to save yourself 30 hours, watch this video. So first thing is how to get good at anything. Now, there's a lot of misguided notions, misguided principles out there. And it's not like your mom or your teacher is trying to set you up for failure. It's just that they don't understand how to actually practice to get good at things. And the reason I can say this is because as soon as I implemented it, I started making more sales. I started getting better at sales. And the way you measure that is through your conversion rate. I started increasing my Twitter followers by like 10 per day instead of 1 per day, right? And just this deliberate practice idea is insane. So here it is. Basically, instead of just following the conventional wisdom of doing something for more hours and more time than anybody else, working harder than them, what you need to do is use deliberate practice. What deliberate practice is, by the way, if you don't know what deliberate means, I guess a lot of people don't know this word, but it's basically like intentional, like very well thought out, planned action. It's not just like I'm going to practice my golf swing. It's like I'm going to practice my right to left driver putt. I don't know anything about golf, by the way, but that's just like an example, right? Or in basketball, I'm not just going to go practice for 3 hours shooting balls randomly. I'm going to practice for 3 hours and I'm only going to shoot free throws, or I'm only going to shoot 3-pointers from this specific spot. That's deliberate practice. And there's a further layer to it. It's basically deliberate practice is doing something that you cannot already do until you can do it. And the simplest way of saying this is, let's say you can't score 10 baskets in a row from the 3-point line. What you're going to do is go to the three-point line and stay there literally until you can score 10 in a row. Might take you 6 hours, might take you 12. You might have to sleep on the freaking court or outside in your car. But you don't leave there until you make 10 in a row. And then I promise you're going to be better than 90% of people at shooting baskets. That's what deliberate practice is. You do something you cannot already do until you can do it. So with Twitter, for me, right, that would literally just be writing posts that I don't understand how to write. So like listicles or adding story into a post or writing value posts like threads. I don't know how to do that. So I do it 10 times and boom, I'm instantly 10 times better than I used to be. Same thing for my emails that I've been writing and blah, blah, blah. Same thing for everything else I've done in my life. If I had just known this deliberate practice idea earlier, I would already be way further along than I am, right? So that's deliberate practice. I suggest you write that down. I mean, dude, you're going to watch this video and then forget about it literally the second you click off. So just if you're going to do anything from this video, write down the idea deliberate practice on a piece of paper and like tape it to your wall or something like that. So anyways, the next thing is how to set goals that actually work, because I am definitely someone who's set a lot of goals and then I just forget about them instantly. And so I finally found a method that actually works for me, that I consistently stick to, and that just works. You know, I actually achieve the goals I set, or at least stick to the actions that I say I should be doing. So the goal setting framework is literally this. You choose a goal, right? And for me, I always choose 12-week goals. So you can have your 1-year goal, your 10-year goal, your lifetime goals. Sure, do those first so that you can guide them. So, you know, do your lifetime, 10-year, 5-year, 1 year. And then once you have those, you basically look at all of them and you're like, okay, what do I want to focus on now? Okay, my lifetime goals are have a happy family, be really healthy, and be a millionaire, right? So you got 3 main goals. And you're like, okay, what's the most important one right now? Okay, well, being wealthy will make everything else easier. So I'm going to focus on that. And then you basically make your 12-week goals based around the one that you want to focus on at the time. And it's not saying that you can't work on the other ones, but this is the thing that's very important. So those are actually my 3 goals: health, wealth, and social, which is like my family, happy wife, happy kids, whatever. That's my 3 goals for life pretty much. And very simplified, of course. Like, there's actual goals like I want to live here, I want this car, blah, blah, blah. But that's like the general gist of it. What you can do is you can take those and be like, okay, I want to achieve wealth first. So what I'm going to do is set the goal to make, I don't know, 10K over the next 3 months, right? That's your goal. Or you want to make 30K over the next 3 months, or you want to make 5K if you're younger, right? Whatever your goal is, you set it. And then what you do is you have this goal and you're going to create 1 to 3 actions per goal. And I recommend setting 2 to 3 goals for this time. I actually have 4 right now, and I can tell you just off the top of my head, I'm going to read 6 books in the next 12 weeks. I'm going to hit 3,000 gross revenue, which actually is kind of low. Here, let me pull up the goal sheet so I can actually just show you what it looks like. I'm not going to give you a template. It'll literally take you 5 minutes to do this yourself. But you can see here, call it the action tracker. So you can see 10,000 gross revenue. Somebody's knocking on my door. What? No. Can I come out in like a minute? Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you in a minute. Sorry, that's my brother. So the goals for the next few months are 10,000 gross revenue, read 6 books. I don't know why this is 15% body fat, and 100 followers on X. Right, so essentially the goals are pretty simple, right? Even the 100 followers on X might actually be more like 500, which I might adjust right now. I don't know why I said that. Only 100 is nothing. I'm already at 50. Anyways, for these goals, which you can see kind of on the screen, it's going to be backwards for you. I don't know why it's doing that. It keeps reloading my tabs for absolutely no reason, which is really annoying, actually. But basically, for every goal I have, I also have actions assigned to it. So let's say for my 10,000 gross revenue, that's knocking 10 doors per day, right? So my main money-making method as of now is going out knocking doors and getting clients. And so naturally, I'm going to knock 10 doors per day. If I want to read my 6 books over the next 3 months, I'm reading 15 pages per day. And for my $10,000 goal, I'm also writing 3 emails per day because I'm doing copywriting. And then, of course, for the 15% body fat, workout every day. So I have these goals. Basically, what you're going to do is set your lifetime goals, your 10-year goals, then find out the thing you want to focus on over the next 12 weeks and make 1 to 4 goals based around those, and then assign a daily action that will get you to that goal. So you want to read, in your lifetime, you want to, I don't know, be wealthy. And so what you're going to do for the next 12 weeks is you're going to read 6 books. And to read 6 books, you're going to read 30 pages a day, right? Easy. So now you've gone from being wealthy to just reading 30 pages a day. And it makes your brain your brain will be praising you, be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Dante. Thank you so much, whatever your name is. You just made my life easier, because your brain doesn't like to tackle these massive tasks because it's scary, honestly. So that's basically all I got for you today. There might actually have been one more thing, although my computer is like broken right now. Anyways, basically what you're going to want to do is set your goal and then set actions assigned to them every single day. That's what works for me. You can try your own things, but personally, I think it's the best method. So there's one more thing I want to talk about, and here we go. This is so annoying. My computer, for some reason, every like 15 seconds or so, it just reloads my tabs for absolutely no reason, which is making my life a lot harder. Anyways, I've been reading this book, The Psychology of Money, and there's a principle in it in the 2nd chapter, which is luck and risk. So Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, he had a friend, I forget his name. They both started a company. It's worth $1 trillion now, whatever. They're both billionaires. What's funny is they had a third friend who was just as smart as them, if not smarter, would have been another co-founder of the business, but he died in an accident before he graduated high school. Mountain climbing accident, 1 in a million chance. Like, I think it's 36 people per year die in those accidents. So 36, it was literally a 1 in a million chance for him to have died in that accident, right? Terrible, like, just risk. It's just unlucky, right? I mean, it just happened. I mean, there's nothing you can do to change it. What's also funny is Bill Gates, the school they went to, all 3 of those guys, 2 of them, which own the $1 trillion company now, had a computer. And this is like 1968, right? So there wasn't very many computers around. Some guy won a competition, then spent $3,000 to buy the school a computer. They had access to the computer, and from the time they were in 8th grade, they had access to coding and to the computer in general, which nobody else had. It was actually, according to the math, a 1 in a million chance to have access to a computer like that at their age, at their school. Even the universities and colleges didn't have that at the time. So you can see where I'm going with this, right? Their friend, the third person in the group who is never talked about, had a 1 in a million chance of just dying, right? Like, he got super unlucky and unfortunate accident, right? He got that 1 in a million, drew a bad hand, right? But his 2 best friends drew a 1 in a million on the opposite side, on the luck side. And so I'm not trying to discredit anybody, but you have to acknowledge that there is a certain level of luck and risk in any of your actions, because no matter who you are, even if you do X, Y, and Z, it doesn't always lead to A, B, C, right? Just because you do 10 emails per day doesn't mean you're going to be sign your first copywriting client in a month, right? There's a certain level of luck that plays into everything, and that doesn't mean you should rely on luck or that you should hedge your bets on the fact that you're going to fail because of risk. It just means that you should be aware of it, and you shouldn't always judge people for if they're successful or not successful, because there is a certain amount of luck, right? What the book said is nothing is as good or as bad as it seems, right? So there might be someone who's less financially fortunate than you, and what you need to do is not say, well, that guy must be lazy. You got to be like, okay, he might be lazy, but here's these other factors that could have played into that. And basically it's just the fact that you shouldn't judge people based on, your first impression of them, because it's absolutely ridiculous to do that, right? Like, come on, it's stupid. So anyways, that's all I got for you today. I'm basically just ranting at this point. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great day. And those are some things I've learned over the past 2 weeks that I think could have helped you. Peace.